Hello team, and I'm excited about this week with you all. I think we're going to pull it off and make it a success. Please listen to this video. There'll be a second video so that they're not too long for my phone to download. And when you're done, please email me any questions you have. I'll wait till later in the day and take all the questions I got and then email the answers out to everybody because people probably will have the same questions. So first things first, we have the permission slip issue that we need to take care of quickly. So when you get into school on Wednesday, go through your permission slips, and if you feel like you'll have time yourself to follow up with parents and hound them down while you're teaching and over lunch break, then you're free to do that yourself. Otherwise, email the parents who haven't turned them in and copy Kelly and Sarah Asdell and myself on that email so that one of us can end up getting to following up with that. But I'll make sure that gets taken care of if you copy us on the email. Also, for permission slips that aren't turned in on Wednesday, you will be requesting email consent. So I'm going to send you the text that you need to email out, and they just have to write back confirming that everything's fine. We don't have to have a scanned slip. They don't have to bring one in. Just keep it simple. On Wednesday, you'll follow the altered specials schedule that was sent out last weekend, and we are going to try to load the bus from like 12:25 to 12:35-ish, okay? So you'll also be receiving a file from me with your transportation information. So what this is going to look like is each teacher has assigned students that are riding in the car with you. That will be your own kids, and then some other faculty kids or like board member kids and stuff I've gotten special permission from to ride with teachers as well. So you will round up your special transportees with you, and then your class will load an assigned bus. Mr. Greco has a bus and Mr. Lucas has a bus. After talking with Sarah Asdell, I think the best way to kind of make things work well on the bus is when you load your class, instead of loading them all together in seats, you're actually going to load them one child per seat. So what's going to happen then is there's one kindergartner in a seat, and then maybe a second grader with them, and then a fifth grader with them. So it kind of keeps friends from being together and being so loud. So one child for your class per each seat, and we'll fill up the bus that way. As soon as you get your class loaded on the bus, you need to take your assigned riders and you need to get out of there, because I need you to get to the secondary and get your car parked and get ready to welcome the kids off the bus before the buses get there. So just in review, you're going to gather up your transportees. Number 2, you are going to load your class on the bus, one child per seat from your class, and then you're going to bail out of there and get to the secondary. Once you arrive at the secondary, you will wait at the doors. I'll hand you your sheets that have your lineup information. We'll go over that in another video. And you'll get your class lined up in the foyer area, and you will move them into their assigned row in the sanctuary, which will be labeled for you. Now, when we arrive at the secondary, there's not actually class going on. It's house and lunch time. So we can use that foyer space and get lined up, and we shouldn't be disturbing anybody if we're out there talking with our students. So get lined up, we'll move in. We have a really tight schedule, so we need to try to execute everything as quickly as possible, just because things are going to run a little slower at rehearsal without our prep time from Monday. During the rehearsal, everybody needs to be in there and everybody needs to be quiet. So be prepared when your kids pack up all their luggage and gear and stuff, they probably should have a book to read. They can have schoolwork to work on, whether it's copying spelling words or, doing handwriting pages or whatever. You can do work like that in the afternoon. Once your students have performed their portion of the Christmas program and returned to their seats, sometime between that point and towards the end of rehearsal, you are welcome to take them out for a group bathroom break, because the bathroom is a little ways away and they won't know how to get there. So take them out for a bathroom break, or maybe like sit in the hallway for 10 minutes and read a story or something. You're okay to leave for 10 or 15 minutes after your groups return to your seat. You have to be quiet because classes are going on. So you can't be disruptive outside. We don't want food all over the building. So if your class is an early lunch eater and they normally have an afternoon snack, we need to be mindful of that and keep that in the coffee shop area over there where it's got the tile floors and stuff. But once you're done with that time, return back in, because there might be like changes or adjustments to how we need to do things or announcements that need to be made. So don't just bail out of the whole rehearsal, come back in and stick around. For dismissal, this is very important. Make sure you understand what's going on with this. At dismissal time, your children will come into the foyer of the school. They have to be absolutely silent because classes are going on. And the rehearsal will be continuing for the secondary in the sanctuary. So they'll come out and they'll make a line like normal, and we'll have one caller with the walkies, and the pickup line will be picking up out in front of the sanctuary there. It's the south side of the building. So we'll be calling kids out and dismissing them that way. We will have a number of students who are not picked up at 3:25 because they have secondary siblings. Around 3:35, 3:40, when we're done with our pickup line, we'll take all of these secondary sibling kids and move them to the gymnasium. And I have 2 teachers who know who they are that are assigned to watch the kids in the gym, and 2 who will kind of keep an eye on things outside. Once we move the kids there, you are free to go with your children. We will have secondary students pick up their siblings and walk them out to the car during secondary dismissal. So that's how dismissal will go after the dress rehearsal. Now, for the performance on Friday night and the rehearsal, you have a special instruction sheet. I'm going to go over that instruction sheet and the performance in a separate video. But after watching this video, our objectives for the day are that you should know how to handle permission slips on Wednesday morning, how to transport yourself, your children, and your class to the secondary for rehearsal, and number 3, what to do during rehearsal. So if any of those objectives aren't clear and you are not proficient in those, please shoot me an email so that I can clarify things. Thank you for watching, and have a happy snow day.